independent journalism looks like.
Smash that like for the MG Show. Subscribe now. Ring that bell. Let's go. Smash that like for the MG Show. Yeah. Let's go.
What you know you can't explain. But you feel it. You felt it your entire life. That there's something wrong. You don't know what it is, but it's there. Like a splinter in your mind, driving you mad. Experience the awakening. Brilliant anonymous researchers. Patriots, join us in the Patriot Army. Trust the plan, pain coming. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go. RedStateTalkRadio.com, Brighteon.tv, Rumble.com/MG Show. The end won't be for everyone. That choice to know will be yours. Where we go one, we go all. Fight, 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 and fight we will. We fight every day right here on the MG Show. Welcome to the MG Show. It is Thursday, Shady. I got the day right. It is July 9th, 2026. And oh boy, we're bringing the boom today, guys. Shady Groove, welcome to the show.
Well, I'm so happy for you, sir, to get the day correct, because let me tell you something. We can't miss a day because of what it is that we are witnessing occur. Every single moment that we are awake or alive, there is something else that benefits you that is happening, that is something that you should be excited about. But all of these other people have a different thing in mind. They don't want you to see it. They don't want you to know about it. They don't want you to hear about it. They don't want anybody else to even whisper about the winning that's going on and what it is that Donald Trump is doing, because he's beating them. He's running circles around them, and they're trying to make it look like he's somehow stuck in a morass. He's not in a morass. I don't care what BBC says. I don't care what the foreign media says. I don't care what the TV says. I know 100% that Donald Trump and this American patriot movement that we're currently working on right now is not in a morass of any kind. As a matter of fact, Jeff, I would suggest that it is them that are stuck in a morass.
You're my BBC.
It's my BBC.
Knee deep in truth. Good morning. You're naked, by the way. We got to get a red castle on some people. Real Iron Eagle. Good to see you, my brother.
Morning.
You too. I hope you're doing well. Been praying for you. Everybody
Yes,
here
sir.
has.
We have.
But what we're going to talk about today is because nobody went to college. And when they did go to college, they got a social justice, or whatever degree. But, my degree was business and international business and marketing and all that kind of cool stuff, right? And I think I have a leg up on people because they don't understand economics, macro or micro for that matter, Shady.
Yes.
They just want you to live in the now and on your fee-wings. And your fee-wings have no IQ, as you know, Shady, correct?
Correct.
So all these people are just, looking and screaming and like not knowing what's going on. But your president, Donald J. Trump, just did something that you guys, I'm going to say it here, Shay, because you and I, and this show have just witnessed the most consequential, covert, and overt operation in modern day history. And guess what, Shady?
What?
The truth is hiding in plain sight, and it's been hiding in plain sight the whole time.
And it's very interesting, too, because as we were going over this morning, what I was noticing is I was thinking about the other types of instances that have happened in the past, especially things that have happened in the Middle East. And during the Iraq War or the first Iraq invasion or all this nonsense that's happened in Afghanistan, and how this thing that we're getting ready to talk about today played a part in maybe other events that have occurred in the background that nobody can really see because, you know what? The powers that be, they've got these little tools that us peasants out here aren't allowed to look at. Well, today we're going to show you something that's going to blow your mind about what your president is doing and the brilliance of Donald J. Trump.
So let's just frame the hardliners on every side, right? They're screaming for blood.
Trump is controlled by Netanyahu. Oh, Iranian regime needs to be protected.
We got influencers over there, that are, what is Jackson Hinkle connected to Flynn? Flynn propped him up a couple times over there screaming death to America. You got that. They're all screaming for blood, whether it's the U.S. Israeli war hawks or the Iranian regime. Okay, President Trump just gave them the optics that they demanded, right? We're bombing the poop out of them, right? But underneath it was a master plan to dismantle the old guard. Oh, and friends, it's a pesky Q-proof because this is it right here. Q post 1690. You are watching the systematic destruction of the old guard. Well, what does that mean, Shady? We know what that means. You know what that means, right?
I do.
Who are Iran's closest allies, Shady?
Russia.
And China.
Right?
So you got Russia and China, Iran's closest allies for decades, condemned the strikes publicly. But when it mattered, what did they do, Shady? They did nothing.
They stood by and let. Number one, they were standing by and letting it happen the whole time, weren't they?
Yeah.
Weren't they benefiting from it the whole time? Wasn't that's the way that Iran was making hundreds of $1 million a day by selling stuff on the fake oil market?
Mm-hmm. So when it mattered, Russia and China stayed quiet. Okay, they didn't. I mean, they talked. We condemn it, whatever. But they did nothing. No real interference. Just talk. But that then went quiet and let the MOU the MOU that was signed, keeping the Hormuz open, right? So the Strait was open. But does that sound familiar? Who warned us about major powers aligning behind the scenes against the NWO cabal? Optics versus reality. What if China, Russia, and others are coordinating with POTUS to eliminate the New World Order? Whoa. What do you think of this, Shady? Wealth over generations buys power. Power over generations buys more wealth and control. More wealth and control buys countries and its people. Families combined. Tri equals New World Order. Inner tri families will collapse. What is the keystone? What nation dominates all others? What nation has influence over most others? What is the keystone? Return to Saudi Arabia. Strings cut, plus, plus, plus. Puppets, plus, 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 in shadows. Each side of the triangle controls a certain subsect of power. Brokers, right? Power brokers are also labeled as puppets, servants. What is the New World Order? Why did the President of the United States receive a sword dance when visiting Saudi Arabia? What does that mean culturally? Why is this relevant now? What occurred in Saudi Arabia? How did the President of the United States remove one side of the pyramid? What did POTUS receive while visiting China? Where did POTUS dine? The Forbidden City. What is the significance? Only royal is allowed to dine in the Forbidden City. What if China, Russia, and others are coordinating with POTUS to eliminate the NWO? Who controls North Korea? Who really controls North Korea? Who controls several agencies within the U.S., EU, and abroad? Why is no such agency so vital? The NSA. Enormous scale of events currently ongoing. Why is Russia helping to kill ISIS? This is not easy to accept nor believe. Crumbs make the bread. Operations active. Joint missions underway. The world is fighting back. Refer back to the graphic. The Great Awakening. Snow White, Iron Eagle, Jason Bourne, 2016, Dream, CIA, Q, Shady Group. So
it's amazing what that post says. Just read the post, not even to think about what you're getting ready to talk about today. But now if we go back and we read that, and it's framing it there to show you how the bloodline, quote unquote, families are manipulating society so that you are in this constant state of perpetual uncertainty, war, confusion, disaster, mayhem, chaos, new world order out of chaos, generate chaos, extremism on both sides. The left is nuts. The right is nuts. Everybody is acting in absurdity 24/7. That is the new world order, so that you can never, ever ground yourself or understand what's going on for 1 second. That's what they didn't want to happen. That's what we're trying to do here. That's what your president is doing. And wait till you see how he's like literally upended their whole stupid game over there.
Yeah. And I'm not talking like, yeah, we've got the bombings. We had the negotiations. Trump needed to do these negotiations to satisfy other people as well, right? And himself, right? Because he's a deal maker. This guy wants to make a deal. He cares, right? He does care about the Iranian people, the people.
And that right there, I think is bigger than you understand. Like, so look at what the news is doing. The news is mocking him. Oh, Trump thinks they're going to make a deal with him. Trump is so dumb. He's the big buffoon that thinks that they're actually negotiating him. You bunch of idiots. What he's doing is he's teaching the world that they're not negotiable. You can't just come out and say that they aren't and then just start bombing the hell out of them. You got to prove it to the world first, and you have to have the desire or the call. Q said we're going to do this the right way. Well, the right way is whenever the people of the world say, hey, this is a bunch of BS together, and then we got some guy up there with a big hammer that goes and takes care of it.
That was also a Q-proof. Remember the Santa with the hammer?
I do.
All right, so the third post on this is basically the old London banking system monopoly, right? The old guard. We're talking about dollar dominance. They're trying to, have dollar dominance, the SWIFT as a weapon. And it was costing everyone around the world. Trump didn't need public handshakes, guys. He just aligned interests. And he did the job by aligning the interests. The Lloyds of London bailed on the insurance for the Hormuz Strait. The war premiums exploded. Remember, the gas prices went up. I'm surprised they didn't go up higher. And he's telling you that because he nailed it. And this is how I'm going to show you how he did it, okay? But the conflict, because Lloyds of London says, we're not going to do it anymore because it's now a conflict zone. They declared it a conflict zone, so it was game over for the old guard. And this is how the Strait of Hormuz challenged Lloyds of London's old marine insurance order, guys, okay? It's a very big deal, guys. So here's the next one. Immediate counter. $40 billion of U.S.-backed reinsurance, guys. This is it. The faculty through the Development Finance Corp, which is a government entity right here, the DFC, U.S. International Development Finance Corporation. This is an official United States government website, and it says, America's deal team. We mobilize private capital to advance U.S. foreign policy and economic development around the world, okay? But look at what's happening. It's backed by American giants, Berkshire, AIG, Liberty Mutual, and Chubb. What's interesting as well, that replaced the 300-year-old London insurance domination in real time and making basically a financial reset in the Middle East. But what's interesting is Lloyds of London says, no, we're still doing it, but they're doing it through Chubb, okay? You see, they're no longer, it's interesting how, if you look deep into this stuff, Trump is a genius, an economic genius, guys. This is incredible to witness.
So effectively, what he's saying there is that there is insurance providers that are 300 years old that have been insuring vessels on the high seas in that region for 300 years. When the Iran conflict started, or Trump started to do what he was doing there, they stopped insuring the vehicles to move through the strait, causing the optic, because then all of a sudden you're a captain, you're a company, you have a ship, you have insurance. Well, you gotta get some insurance, man. Well, the insurance company gives you a call. They says, hey, guess what? Not insuring you. Well, guess what? If I'm not insured, if my boat is not insured, if my property is not insured, and it's stuck up in the throat of the Strait of Hormuz, and I can't traverse it through there without the protection, that if I'm being shot at, I'm not going to be protected, or if I get blown up, the ship and my goods are not going to be protected, I'm not going to take the risk of going through that strait. So that's how they made it look like that nobody was moving through the strait, because they removed everybody's insurance from all these ships as a global entity to make it look like Donald Trump's war was a confusing and a chaotic mess. Donald Trump's plan to fix it, Jeff just showed you there. We move in with our own capital, our own entity, our own insurance agency that steps in and starts offering all these ships an alternative. Then the ships start to move. Do you understand the gravity of this? Did I explain that right?
Yeah, perfectly. It's perfect. And they use the boogeyman. See, again, Iran is also backed by the UK, France. All the European Union people made money off Iran, and we didn't, except for Boeing, maybe, right? But I don't know if we delivered the planes. But the reason why the EU didn't help us is because they make money off of all this. Now, so we have the Lloyd's of London, the reinsurance with President Trump's and in your America's Deal team through the U.S. International Development Finance Corporation, okay, which is what is it called? It's called dfc.gov if you want to go check it out. Okay, it's there. But the Strait of Hormuz legal framework for U.S. plan to provide maritime insurance happened. So you always know that when you get the old guard, backed into a corner, they have moves and counter moves. So what was Iran's counter move? Iran's counter move was payments shifting to the U.S. dollar tether crypto. Isn't that tied directly to Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick's network since 2021? The yuan and Bitcoin, money flowing through our infrastructure while the world pretended that we're all enemies, guys. Think about this. This is controlled demolition of the old Middle East guard and order, Shady.
It is. And effectively, this is the destruction of NATO, because at the core of NATO is this convoluted, nonsensical relationships that we've been going through and dealing with for how many decades now. All of that was to engineer chaos. All of that was to undergird the substrate that is all of this network operating against us. And so effectively, what Donald Trump has done is he's utilized the Abraham Accords and the countries in the Middle East that are actually affected by this ridiculous nonsense. And he's negotiated with them and told them in the background, listen, we've got because obviously they're going to raise these concerns. He's going to tell them that we have some solutions. So whenever someone has concerns and they see that someone has solutions, they move to the next step. They start to trust. These Middle East countries have not. Do you think these Middle Eastern countries trusted George Bush? Do you think they trusted Obama? Vladimir Putin told us specifically that they've never been able to trust America because they always talk out of both sides of their mouth. What happens if we talk out of one side? What happens if we say the truth and tell them what we're going to do and then follow through, and then they start to trust us, and the next thing you know, we can move mountains in moments.
So let's go back to the moves and counter moves, Iran, right? And
it's crazy.
So Iranian crypto tolls in the Strait of Hormuz, this is April. But the key takeaways here are Iran deployed a cryptocurrency as a payment option for the Strait of Hormuz, transits tolls to beginning mid-March 2026. The first time a state has used crypto infrastructure as a sovereign revenue mechanism at a major maritime choke point. The IRGC charges up to $2 million per vessel. Various public estimates suggest that the toll system could generate up to $20 million per day from oil tankers alone, US dollars 600 to 800 million per month possible if LNG vessels are included. The unarmed intermediary administrating toll collection remains publicly unidentified, a critical gap for any future enforcement. Crypto payments can be settled quickly and outside U.S. correspondent banking, making real-time interdiction of toll payments technically difficult. A Pakistan-brokered ceasefire took effect on April 7th, 2026, but may be in question as of April 8th based on Iranian government statements. Tolls remain in effect, and this was back in April, right? Iran's tolls remained in effect at that time, but this is what they did. So they used the IRGC command structure, and Kashem Island crypto conversion window suggests no near-term rollback. But it's interesting that it's rolling through U.S. dollar tether. And could that be why Bitcoin and crypto is not moving around so much, guys, anymore?
I 100% think so because it's stable. Notice the stability. Like, so we've been watching Bitcoin for what, 15 years now, go just absolute nuts, go like up to 120,000, drop back to 50, way up, all this massive fluctuation, which you would never see in any type of normal market, a commodities market. All these things are dependent on supply and demand. How much is in the market? How many people want it? Very, very basic stuff. But Bitcoin has done something so erratic. But since this last 6 months, this whole thing has been going on, what have we noticed? Bitcoin dropped down from like 120,000 to around 70, 60 or something. It's not moving. What did Trump and Lutnick and the guys do? They normalized and tried to centralize Bitcoin to where we can secure it and have it here in America. Well, guess what that would mean? That would mean that the core manipulation of the commodity Bitcoin wouldn't be as unstable. And now, if we're stopping this nonsense in Iran and the Strait of Hormuz, they're not able to utilize. The reason that Bitcoin would fluctuate is because at some point people would need a lot of Bitcoin to pay for 30 million barrels of oil. And so they would go to get that Bitcoin and it's not available. So they have to pay a lot more, causing the price of Bitcoin to go up. Well, right now, they're not selling any oil in Bitcoin. Look at the price of Bitcoin. It's completely stable, like an S&P 500.
And so we got the money flowing through our infrastructure while the world pretended that we were all enemies, guys.
This is amazing.
Isn't that great?
It's so brilliant, dude.
So,
but Trump is a puppet of Netanyahu.
Yeah. You ever seen that guy look so weak?
oh God, Netanyahu looks terrible. But Israel got the war visuals that Netanyahu's been fighting for 20, 25 years plus, right? But the ending. Who's in control? Washington publicly reining in Israel, guys, on Lebanon, okay? Sidelining Israel, and we've talked about this. Netanyahu has been sidelined from any key talks, period, okay? And the patience is visibly thinner from your president and vice president. Netanyahu is still the wild card. However, he's managed, okay? Saving Israel for last. The citizens are safer, and the region is realigning. Here's Chatham House. Netanyahu is caught between Trump and a hard place as Trump and Netanyahu fall out over Iran war and how to end it. The Israeli prime minister is caught between the U.S. pressure and domestic opinion ahead of crucial elections, okay? Oh, what does this say? We are saving Israel for last. Very specific reason, not mentioned a single time.
But Trump is controlled by Netanyahu.
Isn't it interesting that all of those people are every single one of the people that say what Jeff just read about right there are 100% in the tank for Candace?
Yeah.
Notice that. Notice that InfoWars are 100% in the tank for Netanyahu is controlling Trump. Notice that. Notice how these people are hell-bent on believing something that there really is no evidence for. There's absolutely no evidence whatsoever because of the very similar situation that we were just talking about earlier about the Abraham Accords and how you build trust. How do you destroy trust? Netanyahu could destroy trust by not doing the trustworthy thing, by going against what he said he was going to do, or by doing what he said he wouldn't do. Those things destroy trust. Those things cause the optic for everyone to see for themselves how individuals are acting. It's not a reflection on the state or the country of Israel. It's a reflection on the cooperation or what's going on in the background that Donald Trump is fighting, and Netanyahu can't manage both sides. He can't manage the crazy, insane of the intelligence agencies and the optic that he's a good guy working with Trump.
And who just recently went and saw Netanyahu? Charles Flynn and all the war hawks.
Standing right beside him.
Yeah.
Charles was standing right beside Flynn's brother. I don't even know if we brought that to, we might have talked about that. Flynn's brother, Charlie, that stopped the whole thing that happened on January the 6th, that he was able to stop the National Guard. That guy was standing right next to Netanyahu less than a month ago.
Yeah. And so this wasn't random chaos, guys. It was a stress test and a transition. This war, you want to call it a fake war theater, whatever you want to call it, for the warmongers, right? And building a new system underneath financially, okay? Most of these warmongers have no idea about finances or anything on how, but the Q drops laid this out. What if Russia and China and other countries are working together with your president of the United States to get rid of the old guard?
You know, their finances are in China. they've all made heavy investments in China. China is very heavily invested in this whole thing with the data centers thing. All of this stuff, like their investments are so surface level that Donald Trump can run circles around them because he knows the system. Just like Jeff just said, like these people don't know the system. They just know their bottom line. People like Rand Paul, they don't really know the system. They just know that they made huge investments in China 15 years ago because everybody told them that everything was going to China. And now they're seeing their portfolios turn into nothing because they didn't make one damn investment in America, and America is booming.
Yeah. And it was Bridge and Rail Day yesterday, which is very interesting because the United States, struck 2 railway bridges, Shady, okay? Yeah. They're key railroad routes connecting Iran to Russia and China.
Well, now, wait a minute. What they were, now you're,
What?
wait a minute. What were they using? What do you think they were putting on that rail? So how was Iran? How was Iran making $300 million a day? Oh, wow. China doesn't have any oil and Russia doesn't have any oil. They were sending it to them. And you're telling me that Donald Trump just blowed up their railroad?
Yeah.
Like
So
he
here-
blowed up the drug boats in the Caribbean?
And what does that do? That chokes Russia, and we're going to see an end to the Ukraine war. Do you guys understand the genius of all this?
I bet you that mark this
Everything
moment.
connects. Exactly right. Exactly what I've been saying. Even the fraud that JD Vance is talking about is connected to this.
Everything.
It's all connected. We are funding socialism, communist movements within our country, guys. Our taxpayer dollars are paying for our own demise. Not anymore. America is no longer for sale. Shady.
The Ukraine war will be over before the midterms.
Mm-hmm.
Guarantee it. Just like what you said, because this is the choke point. You can't have war. Listen, I've got people out there, like talking about like all this stuff, like, acting like Iran. Where did they get the oil from? How to do World War I and World War II? Okay. This is the same oil that they're utilizing right now to do Ukraine from Russia. Same oil, same place, same resource. Now Donald Trump just blew up their railroad so they can't get any oil up there anymore. What are they going to do? They don't have any fuel. This ends it. And guess what? If Donald Trump had wanted to, we could have ended this 4 or 5 months ago. But he's letting this things play out specifically. Notice he was with Zelensky yesterday.
Yep.
And we're giving them Patriot missiles now. Why? Because we've used Vladimir Putin to eliminate the Azov battalion in Ukraine. There's none of these Nazis left because we've shredded them all in the war machine. Now we can negotiate possibly with reasonable people in the region.
Yeah. Guys, this is huge. Your president is genius, man. And I don't think anybody can act like Candace Owen can't even say burial or burial. Buried.
Kerfluffle.
Yeah, kerfluffle. You think she can understand anything? She's got your mind all wrapped around bullshit.
But interesting because you said everything is connected.
And so does Dan Bongino, sad to say. I'm sorry. It's time to start showing what President Trump is actually doing, podcasters. Let's go. What's wrong? Why are we we don't need to be defensive anymore. We're on the offense, Shady.
But well, see, we're on the offense in reality, but we're not on the offense on social media, sir. I know we are on the offense in reality. Donald Trump is on offense, but we as the people that support him are not on the offense in social media simply because of a numbers game. It's a numbers game. They've got the numbers over us and they are coordinated. And just like we talked about on the Q Lounge, if they're coordinated and you're not, they're going to beat you in the numbers game, not necessarily in the game. Yeah. And Donald Trump continues to beat them in the game, but they continue to put us on the defense because it looks like, they're the popular opinion in the room.
Yeah. I got a friend sent me notes about what her friend is saying, and it's like ridiculous, guys. I mean, this is like a 2-page DM. I'm so disappointed, plain and simple. Our president has been convicted of raping somebody. No, he hasn't. He's never been convicted of any rape. Just right there. And why do these people have the upper hand on us? Because they're lying to us all the time? Why are our friends and news lying to us all the time?
I think you're hitting on something very, 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 very crucial that I think I can articulate or maybe at least shine a tiny little piece of light on. What is Fox News doing? Or is Fox News driving the Trump agenda? Or are they answering to Democrats?
Answering
Like,
to Democrats.
see, like, look, like they put up Plattner. They played all this, they all this stuff. Like, do you care about Plattner? I don't care about Plattner. It's been nothing but Plattner on Fox News for 4 or 5 days. I don't care about him. He's going to resign. It doesn't matter. But look at what they're doing. Fox News plays defense. They don't play offense. We, MG Show, we're playing offense. We're poking these people. That's the reason that we were censored, because we poked the wrong people. There, if we had a media that was worth its whatever, they would be poking things. But none of them are poking things. Nick Shirley, that's the kind of guy, he's poking things. But the media doesn't do that. And the media, as a matter of fact, because they're lazy as hell, they don't want to do anything.
Yeah. I mean, so let me just continue, because this is just like everything that this person said, and this is their friend, Shady. Okay,
so frustrating.
Plain and simple, our president has been convicted of raping somebody, lie, and many young children, or many young children. So, can you prove that?
What are you talking about? Look at the way they say it.
Yeah, you see, like it's a fact.
Yeah, but they don't care at all about Bill Clinton and any of his connections to any of this stuff. That's literally like, there's no ambiguity to it. Epstein paid for the Clinton Foundation's beginning. They don't care about that.
I don't understand how you think this is okay. I get it, the border situation, but from where I come from and what I'm seeing, a lot of people are just prejudiced. They are grabbing innocent, illegal citizens of color. These innocent people are doing nothing wrong and illegal. People are dying. They don't want people of color in our country. I don't come from that place. They do need to tighten up those borders, but what they are doing is terrible, and your response is really funny after hearing all that crap that Trump brings up that isn't even true. Trump brings, do me a favor, don't respond to my Facebook posts. Don't respond to my, yeah, I know what you stand for. You people love chaos and love the chaos he is creating. You're okay with a convicted sexual predator, a draft dodger, a man who incited a riot against his own government, who stole documents and refused to return them, guilty, who claimed on tape it's okay to grab women by their genitals, who asked the Secret Service if it's okay to shoot protesters in the legs who manipulate the markets for their own benefit, who started a war with Iran. Listen to this. This is what,
oh my God,
this is what these assholes think, guys.
That is crazy. That's like Candace Owens type crazy.
It is. So let me see. He's not a draft. All this is all fake. Who started a war with Iran, who accepted a jet, which is an obvious bribe from Qatar, who turned a blind eye to Jeffrey Epstein, paid hush money to a porn star. He was, whatever.
The guy that literally outed Epstein and put out the Q information that nobody gave two craps about Epstein until Q started posting about it. And now everybody wants to connect that information that Q was banning Epstein.
And breaking news, under President Trump's administration, Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein were arrested, okay? Under Trump's administration 1.0.
And Jeffrey Epstein's dead. He'll never molest another human being.
InfoWars is dead.
It's just like InfoWars.
All right, so he's a predator. I know what you stand for. You let me see.
That is absolutely unhinged.
Yeah, here we go. Hush money to a porn star he was having sex with while he was pregnant. Wife was home. I mean, they just make up all this stuff. This is the only tip of the iceberg. Look up the country building supply and maintenance, all county building supply and maintenance. Don't forget, he pardoned the people who beat the Capitol Police, who has tried to strong arm all the universities by taking away their research money, took away SNAP benefits, took away Medicare funding, is taking away funding for children that has special needs. I believe you are so gullible that you believed he would be the end of Ukraine war in one day. Lower utility, gas prices, food, etc. Oh, wait. Don't forget, he bankrupted 3 Atlantic City hotels, stiffed the contractors. He destroyed and dividing this country and the rest of the world.
Boy, that's really tough to hear back, isn't it? Like, especially whenever it's like to your personal messages, to like see that someone actually that's a person that believed everything that CNN ever said.
Yeah.
And never corrected anything.
Yeah.
doesn't understand any context to one of those issues. Yes, there's stuff around every single thing that's said there, but completely out of context, 180 degrees on every topic.
Yeah. And so for my friend that got that message, I did a whole thing debunking it. I mean, it's all debunked. Even Snopes debunked them.
I was going to say
that there is a Snopes link debunking this bullshit.
I was going to say, like, even like the internet debunkers would take offense with that.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, it's crazy, guys. The insanity of our friends and family.
But what's even crazier is the dynamic that we just presented to you in the last 30, 40 minutes since we opened the show of the genius that Donald Trump is and what he's actually doing to show the world who the true enemy is. It's very hard to fight an enemy when the enemy looks just like you.
Yeah.
Okay. So as part of what Q said that we were going to do, and part of what it is to be the future proving past would mean that we're telling you what miserable, lying sacks of crap these people are, but you can't quite see it yet. But if we still stick with us, keep paying attention, and piece by piece, we're going to get them to tell you exactly who they are so that you're going to be smart enough to believe them, and we're going to do something about it together, like blow up the bridge railroad so no more oil can come out of Iran, or like give them insurance so that the ships can have protection. Even if their goods get molested, destroyed, or they get hurt, they'll have protection somehow in the global economy. It's not leaving them stranded at sea.
Yeah. Speed Bundle, and good to see you here, brother. It's been a while. Good to see you. But, I want to ask this person to come visit me. All they have to do is fly into DJT Airport, official today. Come on to the International President Donald J. Trump Airport, and we'll talk about it. I'll buy you lunch. Right next to Trump Force One. How about that?
You might need to buy him dinner. It's going to take a minute.
Yeah. Yeah. None of the friends and family lost in his movement have come back yet. So sad. Yeah, they will. I mean, there's going to be a time where they can't hide it anymore, where they're going to realize their insecurity and just ridiculousness.
Well, number one, they're not going to be able to win any more elections if we can get the things that we're working on right now get squared up. Gas prices come down, things normalize. Iran, this craziness stops. All of the investment that was made into America, you're not going to see that for a minute, but it's happening. We are seeing it happen. Yes, you can literally go and see these places being built. And yes, you can literally know that all of the people that are in these places are going to have jobs within a couple of years. Everything will change. What Donald Trump is doing is literally doubling the size of the GDP. The GDP in America will double. So this is the death nail in the coffin of the New World Order. Their main objective throughout every literature you can read throughout the time of taking down America is about taking down our economic system that rises up, that allows people to rise up in wealth without any substructure to press them down. That's what they're trying to stop. And if the economy doubles, their whole New World Order thing it unwinds like a spring. It cannot function if you're not suppressing the American economy, because it's unbridled if left alone.
So one cannot avoid asking the question, is the public stupid? Adolf Hitler thought so.
Yeah. Adolf Hitler thought you were stupid. And we still have the same propaganda machine right here in the USA.
George Bush thought you were stupid whenever his grandfather was the one that was controlling the Iranian oil that engineered World War I and World War II for the elite bloodlines that still controls Iran.
I always thought about that, Shady Groove. Think about this. The Bushes, went all these other countries says, we're going to buy your debt.
Mm-hmm.
What? That's not a good investment. Buying debt from other countries, is that a good investment, guys?
Mm-mm.
No, it's buying.
No, you're actually buying the country.
Yeah. Interesting, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Then you've got this guy, right? This guy, Hinkle. Okay. You got Hinkle down with Iran, death to America, or down with America, death to America. Guys, it's so bad. And, this is interesting, too. This is NATO. This is Ankara. Playtime is over. Iran attacked tankers in Hormuz. This was 80-plus targets. Since then, another 90 targets have been hit, guys. But look at this, guys. We've got, I think what's happening now is because this is all connected. Remember, it's all connected. Cuba's next, guys. Okay? When all this is dealt with, they're going straight into Cuba.
Oh, maybe even before. I mean, like the Cuba thing is going to happen before the midterms too. Like the Cuba thing is going to happen in like 3 seconds. This Cuba thing is going to be easier. You see that they're preparing. The Cuban regime is like boarding themselves in, and they're like talking out like you can't get me. We will see.
So Cuba's grid collapsed again. This is the third blackout this year, and Russian tankers limited. China, MIA, okay? You see that? Strings cut, right? Iranian drones. They have Iranian drones over there and advisors 90 miles from me, from Florida. Yep. Trump's sanctions are squeezing the regime dry. Freedom is going to be coming to the Cuban people. Again, this is Cuba begins to restore power. Havana following nationwide blackout. This is Iranian drone display in Coral Gables raises concerns about Cuba's military ties. You think? And then the new Cuba sanction program signals U.S. policy and enforcement priority and imposing sanctions responsible for repression in Cuba and for threats to the United States national security and foreign policy. So, it's all being kind of done in the same time. But they have the enemy propagandists out there, radicals like the Calla Walsh girl, Shady Groove, the Jackson Hinkle, Cuba trips. Who else? Hassan Piker was in Cuba. But this Calla Walsh is Cuba trips to Hezbollah in Iran. Tehran trotted her out. This weekend, right? With the Ayatollah BS, right? And Trump sees right through it. No more using our citizens against us, guys. Okay.
And all the Democrats were just down there in Cuba. Remember, just not about a month ago from Congress that were down there staying in the only place on the island that had power.
Yeah.
So this is, and the reality of the situation is that Cuba is a very interesting topic because America's really never controlled Cuba in the way that, as far as the territory. And as as Cuba was becoming extremely Americanized in the 1930s and 40s during World War II, there was this absolute push by the elite that have been controlling Cuba forever, since before the times of Columbus, to push them to separate from America. Whatever it is that is there, and I'm not going to speculate about what is there in Cuba, but there's something there. There is a reason, much like with Greenland and Denmark owning Greenland, there's a reason that they do not want to relinquish control of that island. And I think that it's bigger than most people realize. I think that there's some extraordinary wealth in some regard in Cuba that's being protected and hidden from society.
We went over it pretty much on our bloodlines, right? The Rockefellers, Standard Oil, they built the infrastructure. We built the infrastructure there.
That's right.
On Karg Island.
And then, when I was talking about Cuba.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But Cuba is interesting just because it's got this ancient aspect to it. Havana and the connection back to the ancient world, even to the world before Columbus or the world of the 1000s and stuff. There's some extraordinarily interesting artifacts in Cuba that would prove a bunch of historical record wrong. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, interesting. Let's get started on the Trump gaggle on Air Force One as he's on his way to Joint Force Andrews.
Before we do that, we need to check in with the audience.
And we won't
can we get a 47 for the great and amazing president that you currently have, that's running laps around these mofos and teaching each and every one of us one day at a time that he is the man in charge. 47 for the brilliance of Donald Trump as we move into watching the press cackle.
I might have to do that too. I'm going to do the 47 too.
I'm going to do one too. I know you were resistant to Shady right there. You were getting all.
Well, I'm just looking at the time.
I know you're.
I look at time. I'm a timer guy.
We're going to make it. We're going to make it.
Here we go, Shady. All right, here we go. Let me see. Oh God, here we go.
Are we there yet?
Long walk to you. It's about 3 times the walk we used to take, right?
What the hell?
I hope You like it. So we had a very good day, very good 2 days, and a lot of things were determined. And what was really determined is the country's doing very well. We made a lot of good trade deals with Turkey, and they've been a very good partner. He's been great, by the way. President Erdogan's been great, and I hope you had a good time. Any questions?
Mr. President, what was the security concern that caused us to change planes? What was the security concern that caused us to change planes?
We sent this one in so that the Air Force Base here was in the same exact line. So you saw, did you see the picture with
We did.
hundreds of pictures, hundreds of people? Let me see that. Oh, yeah. You can't see it too well, but there are hundreds of people out there. So they wanted to see, so they came a little bit early and we switched planes.
So you're saying there wasn't a security concern?
No.
And
Why
was
would
there
they?
any other issue? No issue?
No, except we sent it a little early. Same line, going back. We sent it a little bit early so that we could let them see it. The whole base came out and saw the plane, and then we landed.
Do you know why they had us close our window blinds? That was not usual.
Well, yeah, because you're, probably on a dangerous flight because of the sleaze bags that we have to deal with.
So you think that Iran was possibly...
The sleaze bags he has to deal with is actually on the plane with them as well. Those are your intelligence agencies pushing back against President Trump for foreign entities, Shady. Isn't it insane to watch? Yeah.
Well, I mean, if they asked you to close your windows, probably they feel that way. They didn't ask me to close mine, but if they did, I would have done it. These are sick people. So I could see something like that. I didn't know they did that, but I could see something like that.
Were you aware of any credible threat by Iran against Air Force
Well, I have
One?
a threat all the time. I'm number one on their list before you. But if I go, you go, right?
But was there a
So
specific threat today?
perhaps someday you want to change professions. What do you have, Daniel?
Is it posted that there are strikes ongoing in Iran, sir?
We just hit them very hard. And I say we hit them 20-1. Every time they hit us, we're going to hit them 20. And we did it last night. They did a little something today, but it was really retribution for last night. They hit actually 3 boats, not 2. And when they hit, we hit back much harder.
Are we returning to a full-scale military conflict, sir?
I don't know. I don't know. We'd win it very quickly. It's another way of doing it. We have many ways we can win, but we've already won militarily. They have very little. They have very little left, and they want to make a deal so badly. They called a little while ago. They want to make a deal so badly. I just don't know if they're worthy of making a deal. I don't know that they're going to honor the deal. That's the problem.
If they want to make a deal, why do you think they attacked commercial vessels?
Because it's sort of crazy, to be honest with you. They're sort of crazy. They're a little.
I think we kind of explained why they're attacking civilian assets just in the first 40 minutes of this show, guys.
Bit out of control, but they want to make a deal. Badly.
So at the beginning...
Have you spoken to Senator Mitch McConnell since his hospital?
No, I haven't.
How's he doing?
I have no idea. I have no idea how he's doing.
At the beginning of before the NATO summit, you spoke.
Who are you with?
Reuters. You had
not the best.
You had issues with. You said you had issues with leaders of Spain, UK.
Yeah.
Very
Spain. I will say I did have issues with
Also
Spain,
Germany.
and I still do. But Spain, they came back all the way today. Spain was very generous today. I told them I'm going to stop trading.
What did Spain do to them?
They made. They honored a request for lots of payment, and if they didn't, we wouldn't even talk to them. They were very bad. They behaved very badly, in my opinion.
So do you hear that? Spain came back. Okay, he crushed Spain publicly. They came back, made a big payment, and now they're talking to Trump. That's the art of the deal, guys. You see how? Oh, but Trump is mean to Spain. Yeah, well, Spain isn't doing crap.
He's mean to Spain. That's exactly the way to characterize it. Because Spain doesn't want to pay. That's not the problem. The problem is Trump's calling it out. Just like here, whenever they say, oh, no, it's not the illegal that's the problem. It's the person that got in the way of the illegal trying to kill them.
Yeah. Wow.
That's the problem.
But there was great unity in that room today. The NATO room was pretty amazing, actually. There was something very good about it. I actually wish the press was able to stay. Now, they may have been different if the press was there, but there was tremendous unity and togetherness. It was quite nice.
Sir, are you going to pull more U.S. troops out of Europe And if so, how many and where specifically?
I haven't made that final determination. A lot's going to depend on Greenland, and a lot. I mean, we're going to make a very good deal on Greenland, and if we don't, maybe I will. And
So it sounds like that there's a deal on the table with the EU and Greenland is involved. Doesn't it sound like that, Shady?
Yeah, it definitely sounds like that. It definitely sounds like we're going to be able to travel to the state of Greenland one day.
State.
a lot's dependent on Iran. I mean, they want to help now. It's a little late to the thing because essentially there's not that much fighting to be done. But some will depend on Iran. When they had a chance, an opportunity to help, they chose not to. So, but we're sort of forgetting about that. And now they want to help. They all want to go in. They want to help on Iran so badly, but we don't really need help. It's little things, but we don't really need help.
Did President al-Shara make any commitments to you on helping with Hezbollah in Lebanon?
Yeah, he did. He's done a great job. He's unified Syria, the president. Well, I'm not going to say what he said, but yeah, he did. He was great today. He was great, and President Zelensky was great too. We had a lot of good meetings today.
Sir, you suggested that the only reason you came to this summit was because it was held in Turkey. Was this your last NATO summit?
No, I think they came a long way today. They made some concessions, and I think NATO came a long way today. And one of the things, we shouldn't be paying for the kind of money we paid for. No president. I did in my first term, but Biden immediately gave it back. No president should be having to pay the kind of money we pay. And again, we're really there for protecting them, not for protecting us. It was ultimately protection against the Soviet Union, now Russia, but it was against the Soviet Union. And honestly, we're very far away. We have an ocean separating us. But we'll see. The meeting today settled a lot of things. It was a very, very good meeting. And people understand that the United States we've been treated very unfairly. And then on top of that, they weren't there for a really de-nuking, because it's really not a war so much, it's a de-nuking of Iran, denuclearization of Iran. So this is all about taking nuclear weapons, not allowing Iran to have nuclear weapons, and everybody should like that, even you. You have a question?
Yeah, the housing bill becomes law on Friday night if you don't sign it. What do you plan to do?
About what?
The housing bill?
It's a very good question. See, I'm a big fan of many bills, but I'm a much bigger fan of the most important bill. It's called the Save America Act. It's voter ID, it's proof of citizenship, and it's no mail-in ballots. Other than it would be very, easy on this, frankly, but military, illness, disability, vacations, you can't get there, you're away, business. But other than that, you should go and vote. And if you don't, people cheat. People cheat. You look at California, look at what happened to the Spencer Pratt thing. I mean, with the votes, hundreds of thousands, probably millions of votes gone. Well, he didn't make the runoff. He was so far ahead of third place, it was ridiculous. Maybe ahead of first place. But look at that. Look at what's happened with Steve Hilton. Had the U.S. attorney not started an investigation, they would have gotten Steve Hilton out too. So we're a third world country in some states with respect to voting.
But Friday is the deadline for the housing. Friday is the deadline after which the housing bill will become law without your signature.
I'll make a decision. Not that I dislike it. I dislike the fact that people aren't voting for voter ID with a picture. How can you not vote for voter ID? And by the way, the public wants it 94%. Voter ID, proof of citizenship, no mail-in ballots, other than with the exception.
This is why Fox doesn't show him. This is why Fox doesn't show him, and this is why they don't talk about what he says, and this is why the MG Show brings you what Donald Trump says every single day. I've not had enough of Donald Trump. I could never get enough of this. And what they're trying to act like is that, oh, you've heard everything that he said. You don't really need to hear him. You could just hear me summarize what he said. Meanwhile, they'll leave out every instance that he mentions the SAVE Act. They'll leave out every instance where he mentions what the progress in Iran is and continue to pretend like they can't figure it out for the life of them. It's all so confusing, Jeff. We just don't know what's going on. Trump doesn't explain anything right.
Yeah.
Seems to me like he says it exactly right every time I listen to him. I see the most competent decision making in broad daylight under transparency that I've ever seen from a president in my entire life. And I didn't ignore what Obama said. I watched what he said.
Yeah, so
I
did I.
watched what Bush said, both of them, and Clinton. And I'm watching what Trump says. And what I see is extraordinarily different.
This is Will. What is his name? Will. What's that guy's name? He has the show before the 5. Will.
Oh, Kane.
Will Kane. I'm going to bring on Stephen Smith for his, view on what is happening. Hannity. Welcoming the great Stephen A. Smith. F. Stephen A. Smith.
And they bring in these idiots like Jimmy Fallon 24/7. Like, who are these people, and why do I have to listen to their dumb opinions like they mean nothing? Or Newt Gingrich, or Karl Rove, or Jessica Tarlov. Good God. It's like a Democrat nightmare over there. And that new guy, that Paul guy, that jackass sitting there yesterday acting like he can't figure out anything about what's going on in the Iran war, and somehow Trump is losing here and we got to send boots in there. Like, here they come.
And they come. I got people underneath my, no war has ever been won with no boots on the ground. Somebody said that. No war has ever been won without having boots on the ground.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Tell Machado not to go back to Venezuela the other week, and what's your relationship?
Can I tell him a long time ago?
No, Maria Corina Machado, the opposition figure. Did you tell her not to go back?
Oh, no, not at all. No, she's terrific. She's a wonderful person.
All right, let's leave it there. We're about halfway through, but this is amazing. We'll be right back after these beautiful boom messages.
Thank you. Hello to all of you beautiful patriots out there.
First of all, let me just thank you all for supporting this show. We wouldn't be here without you. But I have a huge announcement regarding donations.
It has come to our attention that using the Rumble app is taking an additional 30% of your donation to the show.
Let me explain. According to our TOS, Rumble takes 20% of all donations made through the web browser.
And that's at 20%. It's a good deal if you consider other platforms like YouTube and such.
There is a hidden cost that we just found out. For example, we received the generous $500 donation from Spill Tea, and thank you so much for that, from the Rumble app on Apple. So Rumble took 20%, and Apple took an additional 30%. We brought that to Rumble, and they said, well, Rumble's take of tips and donations is 20%. That's if the transaction is done through the web browser. If using the Android or iOS app, it's an additional 30% collected by those platforms.
So please use the web browser to make your donations to the show and avoid the hidden fees by Apple and Android.
That's right. You can also support us at GiveSendGo/HelpMGShow, mg.show/donate. We have PayPal and Cash App. Both are at RealMGShow or $RealMGShow. Please help us out. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, it's Jeffrey Peterson and Shannon Townsend with the MG Show. We are under relentless attack by the mainstream media. They've got our PayPal, our Patreon, our YouTube, our everything, you name it. We are under attack. We need your help.
Our request is for you to get involved and support independent patriot journalism here in this critical battle that we are in for America. Please jump on over and support us right here on Give, Send, Go.
MyPillow's second annual mega sale is finally here. Get our patented premium MyPillows that adjust to your exact individual needs to give you the best sleep of your life.
When I got MyPillow, I'm asleep almost immediately. I stay asleep at night and I wake up more well-rested in the morning.
Now for the lowest price ever. Kings, $19.98. Queens, only $18.98. And Giza Dream bed sheets, the best sheets in history, for as low as $29.98. Lux Pure 6-piece towel sets, towels that actually dry you. What a concept! Now only $39.98. And our made in the USA mattresses and mattress toppers as low as $99.98. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to take advantage of our second annual mega sale. But that's not all. Order right now and we'll ship your order absolutely free.
The MG Show, where psyops go to die.
Ladies and gentlemen, yes, it's true. You heard correctly. This summer, the Q Lounge Live returns to the airwaves every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. on the East Coast, 6 p.m. on the West Coast. Hello, I'm your host, Shannon Townsend, a.k.a. Shady Groove, and we've got a lot to talk about. We're going to be taking your calls. We are going to be following your wonderful president. We are going to be standing in the gap. We are going to go places where the conspiracy theorists tell you that you're not allowed to go. We are going to uncover the truth and follow along as Donald Trump has his way with all of these people that he stood up a long time ago and told us that he was going to. Well, it's happening, ladies and gentlemen. It's happening every single day, and we're going to keep you updated with a weekly show. Get ready, get your friends, show up. That's right, Tuesday night, 9 p.m. on the East Coast, 6 p.m. on the West Coast. Join me there, right here on the MG Show channel on Rumble. God bless you and God bless America.
Smash that like for the MG Show. Subscribe now. Ring that bell. Let's go. Smash that like for the MG Show. Yeah. Let's go. MG fam. Y'all ready for some MG music? Make some noise! Yeah, we hear you! Let's go, Shannon! Yeah. Started out with a mic in the Q Lounge Live. Just a voice in the void, bringing the dark to light. No big money back and didn't know where it would go. Just a stubborn heart and face for radio. We were running on faith and a couple of bucks. Old gear humming, held together by love. Didn't know if anybody was listening through, till the chat lit up and we heard from you. Every show, every dollar, every word you sent turned a dream into something truly heaven sent. We wouldn't be here without you. Every mile, every breakthrough, from the late night replays to the midday live, you kept this fire alive. No dark money shadows, no hidden point of view. Just truth on the airwaves, thanks to you. Yeah, this voice you hear ringing through wouldn't be here without you. Yeah! You're the reason the lights stay on in this place. Every name, every story, every face. From a $5 bill to a note that said, keep fighting the fight, don't you hang your head. You believe when the world said let it go. When the numbers got tight and the views got low, you stood your ground, you carried us through. Now every word we say's got a piece of you. It's not just a show, it's a family strong, and you've been the heartbeat all along. We wouldn't be here without you. Every mile, every breakthrough, from the late night replays to the midday live, you kept this fire alive. No dark money shadows, no hidden point of view. Just truth on the airwaves, thanks to you. Yeah, this voice you hear ringing through wouldn't be here without you. No suits in a back room calling the shots. No billion-dollar deals, just giving what you got. It's freedom you're funding, it's truth you defend. More than listeners, your family, your friends. Yeah, every penny, every prayer, every time you said we care, you kept us standing tall. You're the reason for it all. We wouldn't be here without you. Every mile, every breakthrough, through the static and the noise, you made it clear. While we're still of our hearts is true, we wouldn't be here without you.
That song is so true. Wow. We would not be here without you. And thank you very much for supporting this show, Shady and myself. We did expand to another show a week with the Q Lounge Live. And we really do need you. I mean, if we needed you now is more than ever, guys. We're not getting as many ads from Rumble. We're trying to do our best, and we wouldn't be here without you. But I want to just make sure that you understand how appreciative Shady and I are that you have been here through the fight. I mean, look at all of the different attacks and angles that came after this show. Hillary Clinton, from Media Matters to the digital soldiers of General Flynn to, you've got War Drummer. You just mentioned War Drummer. I was on the War Drummer show doing the pay sewer research that had like 50,000 people online, 500,000 views in one night. And then he turned on me. He's the one that doxed me as well. The different censorship, all the people that came after me and my show to make you think that I'm a bad guy. General Flynn follows Paula C. Blades, said that I wore red shoes because it was made out of babies. Are you freaking kidding me? Are you insane? These people are insane. These people are sick. And it's because of you that we're still here. And I want to thank G Brothers. Thank you so much. We're here because of you. I want to thank you, President Hugh. $3 for the MG show, but we're here because of you, the champions of common sense and thinking logically. We're here because of you. Susie Q, great first half. We're here because of you. And we really do need your help. We're running a little short last month and this month so far. We just want to be able to keep bringing you this great content. I don't want to make any adjustments, guys. I want to keep going strong and hard like we do every day.
Absolutely. And again, no
pun intended.
Yeah, exactly right. And I'll back up all of that with saying to you that what they did was not only that, but they also sent people out to financially support so that they could remove that financial support. A number of different people have come into our circles to try to act like we're depending on them. We're depending on each and every one of you every single day. And if you believe that what we're doing has a value in your life, we're going to ask you to contribute to what it is that we're doing. If and only if you think that we speak what it is that you would say if you were speaking to someone. What we're trying to do is we're trying to give you a very, very condensed version of what's going on so that you only need it's just the facts, ma'am. That's exactly what we're trying to do here. We're trying to bring you just the facts. We bring a lot of fun and a lot of history that comes into that, and we can blend it together. Because we both have a really good understanding of the real history of this great nation that we have, and not the bastardized history that the media and even the people on the right have. A lot of these people that are on the right have the same narratives about America that the people on the left do. They've just been hiding it from you.
Shaolin, we're here because of you. 10 subscriptions to the MG Show. Thank you. Paul Bunyan, we're here because of you. 1 subscription to the MG Show. But we're here because of you. You guys are amazing. And for you. And, I'm watching. I can't even watch other podcasters' shows anymore, Shady. I mean, it's all just above my head. They think I'm dumb. All of them.
But who's dumb? Who's the one that's really dumb? Who's the one that's fallen for this Candace stuff? These people have been eating this Kool-Aid for 10 months now, and now they're starting to regurgitate a little bit of it. Some of it's starting to fall away, isn't it? They're not at the fever pitch whenever they're now all of a sudden seeing video evidence that he was actually on the campus of UVU that day, multiple different times.
Camera. Yeah.
Actually, he was there. Oh, actually, they do have footage of him dropping to the prone position and firing the shot, and then jumping off and running off of the roof and jumping down, and they do have him admitting in messages that he was too close to the squad car to go back and get his rifle. Does the patsy say that? Does the patsy run to his phone to text his gay friend about the idea that he can't get his rifle, right now that's the guy that didn't do it, right? He's the guy that's now trying to cover up and protect the FBI, and his defense is not presenting any alternative theory about who the hell it was that did all of this. The only alternative theory is being presented by Candace Owens and Israel Nazi Jew hate crew.
And by the way, Candace Owens is now offering to help Charlie Kirk's murderer.
Not a joke.
If Tyler Robinson's defense would like to connect me, I'd be happy to supply them with a folder by the Maroon Boys. Stop it.
Look at this. Leave that up. Look at what she's saying here. This is not a joke. She's literally saying, I'm willing to come in and help. We have been saying on this show that this lady has some sort of vested interest in the idea that Charlie was taken out. I don't care what it is. She's the one that's capitalized the most off of it. And now we've been saying, and the whole time we've been saying that she's helping the defense get Robinson off. Now she's verbally posting it to them, saying it directly. This is not us making stuff up anymore, is it? I guess we were just making it up before. We were saying it just looks like she's trying to help him. Now she's willing to go help him.
And then Script Keeper, just asking questions.
Yeah, that's another one I was talking about.
Yeah. So
just asking questions. Yeah, just being an idiot.
Yeah. Jan P, $100 to Give Send Go. Thank you so much. GiveSendGo.com/helpMG show. That helps so much. Again, Shaw Lynn, thank you for helping the MG show. Miss Apal Anon, God bless you. 5 subscriptions to the MG show. Apal, good to see you, brother. I would take a bullet for you too. Andy Man 59, thank you for you. Thank you for you. $50 Rumble rant, Andy Man. Thank you so much. Ducks, I'd give more, but since I support you and Boss Man, my funds and plans keep getting blocked. It's worth to spread the truth, though. Thank you, Ducks. $5. If everybody did $5, I mean, that would be amazing. Thank you, Ducks. It's less than a movie ticket. Thank you. FKE. Thank you. $10 with the heart. Thank you. And then we've got another one here by Kimmy Mack. I appreciate you guys. I keep you both and the fine folks in this chat in prayer as well. Love you all. We developed quite a family here, guys. Effectual Insurrection says best OG Anons in the game that stayed true to Trump and Q. MG fam. Thank you, MG fam. ML fam. Thank you. I'm not sure if I read that right, Effectual, but thank you. We're here because of all of you. And, I know times are tough. Times are, really bad. But, it's bad when you had this organized campaign to get me, Shady, this show silenced. It's real, folks. It's not a joke. This is not a game. if we were not touched, we would be a lot bigger than we are today, and we wouldn't have to beg for donations. You think I like begging for donations, Shady?
No, but it's okay. Because listen.
Lindy, thank you. Love you.
Times are tough now for some people, but times are getting better. Remember, we're in the first hour, we're talking about the economy. And we're talking about growing the economy. Thank you, Mikey. Mikey, for $100, thank you so much. Oh, and like I said, sometimes we have to come to the microphone and we have to ask you guys, Yeti, can you bring me out? Times are tough right now, but everybody has to recognize that what we're doing is we're working towards a position in life where they're not going to be. This is going to take a minute, and this is a structured economic plan that Donald Trump is implementing. That a rising tide lifts all boats. Even the Democrats are going to get richer. Even the people that manipulate us in the media, those people, the 401ks, everybody's going. A rising tide lifts all boats. That's exactly what Donald Trump is doing for all of us. So times are tough in a number of segments of the economy right now, but in a year from now. In a year and a half from right now, every single one of you are going to be in a financial position that you could not have imagined just a couple of years ago. That's what he's doing for us. I know you don't see it yet, but the value isn't in necessarily the idea that you have a big bank account. The value is in the reality that you have cheap energy. That is where the value of our economy was always at up until 1913. In 1913, things changed. The value of energy changed, and the value of energy went up dramatically for the next 35, 40 years and into the next half a century. And now look at the value of energy. They've skyrocketed it on purpose. It is not a scarce commodity. This reality is starting to hit. Once that happens, everybody, imagine $1 gasoline, $1.30 gasoline, probably not in California, but the rest of the country is going to experience a boom once that happens that none of us have ever seen in our lifetimes. And it's a good idea to get prepared for that and to be ready and to start learning or doing the thing that is, whatever it is in the center of you that you care and love about and feel passionate about. There's a way to subsist on it. Look around, see how you can, if you're young and you have enthusiasm and you have skills and there's a way in America is the only country, America is the only country that where you could take your talent and turn it into a sustainable life pattern.
That's right. I want to just quickly thank the people here. Lindy B087, love you guys. We love you. Fickle Futz, I'm in for 5. I wish I could do more than with you guys since the start. Love your show. Fickle Futz, thank you. And, your prayers are also very important. I think somebody pointed that out in there as well. We definitely love and appreciate those. Those are priceless. Mikey Mariano sent prayers and $100 Rumble rant. Mikey, we love you. Rev Rob did $17 of Tether Gold, Shady Groove, on Rumble Wallet. I forgot to say it when I turned on the show. Good morning, Patriots. Where we go, one, we go all worldwide, even if it's afternoon now. Gotcha, Rev Rob. Thank you. Rush, mahalo to my MG bros and sisters. And I think you did that twice, but thank you twice. Thank you. Mahalo, mahalo. Thank you so much, Rush. And, we've been through it too, right, Rush? We've been back and forth a couple times, but look at this. We're here today. Even with Finn, like he was our biggest troll for a while, and now he's one of our best supporters, as far as coming back and sticking up for us in other chats. We love you guys. Once the firewalls break, and they will, because we've been right this whole time, and we've held the line. And I think the firewalls are going to break, Shady, and this show could go bigger and better places. I mean, hopefully there'll be upgrades to the show, like cameras and stuff that we can't afford right now, and studios and cool stuff like that, but that's what I project someday, Shady.
That's exactly what I project, because what we have here is we have something that the pop culture mindset in America could absolutely latch onto. The people that love or thought that they were getting good information from InfoWars are now adrift. And those are the people that we're trying to get in front of. And we currently have a finished, completed, awesome, amazing media press kit so that we can present ourselves to a wider audiences, possibly even terrestrial radio, even if the show had to move into the aspect of where we had, commercial interruptions every 15, 20 minutes, we can work around that and we can continue our trains of thought. So we're really trying to expand our ideas. If you have ideas, you can send us an email at connect@mg.show. If you have anybody out there that wants to put this show on their air, we're not looking for financial gain to broadcast this show. We're looking to get ourselves in front of other people. And we believe that other people will support us once they realize that there's people actually following Donald Trump's message and promoting a real America First MAGA agenda.
And we've always been wrong until we're right. It's kind of amazing. You've got a pretty good track record. Kimma says, I'm here for you both. God will continue to bless you. Track record. Thank you for all you do. Kimma, we love you. I hope everything's well with your family. We've been praying for you as well. Finn, 1776. If we are a family, I guess I'm the angry stepchild.
No, you're not an angry. Like this guy, guys.
Ugly, but not angry. How's that?
No, listen. Well, I'm going to give him a compliment right now, because a lot of people don't know what Finn does. Finn goes out to other broadcasts that are full of crap, and he promotes MG Show in their comments. I see it. Thank you so much. He goes out there and he makes fun of them for their idiocy on their air because he's got the patience somehow to tolerate it. And then he mocks them in their chat and tells them that we're over the target over here. That, God bless you, sir. That's what Finn does for us. I mean, I'm telling you, I love this guy.
We used to work at I used to be in the military working at some base, and we got our talking points from Red State Talk Radio.
That's right. I remember that.
We're still on Red State Talk Radio, but we have not spoken to Scott in 4 years, 3 years?
I don't know. Well, yeah. Well,
I hope you're doing well, Scott. Just by the way,
we're putting Q Lounge will be coming to Red State Talk Radio next week. By the way,
yeah. Boom. Lincoln Logger says a small price to pay for a voice. God bless you guys. $17, Lincoln Logger. Thank you so much. Miss Apel Annan, hubby and I have been helped so many times in our relationship of 14 years. Every subscription we donate is our way of paying it forward to help you both. Help one more soul come to the light and truth. Whew, that one got me a little misty. I'm cutting onions here too, Shady Groove.
Yeah, sure you are.
Oh my God. Augie Little Bear, $16.13 of Gold Tether. Thank you. Abby's WYO. Hi. Wish I could do more. Thank you for all you do for the truth. Thank you, Abs WYO. Appreciate you. Miso North. I can say it now, Shady Grove.
About time you figured that out.
Thank you for all you do. I figured out your name, and that's worth the $5 just right there. No, thank you so much. I appreciate you so much. And Tumblewash says thank you, $17. You know, we wouldn't be here without you. And the amount of attacks that we've had on us personally, on us social medially, on us financially, and it's just been nobody could make it through how we made it through with you.
It's just amazing to me that whenever both of our accounts came back to Twitter, both of our accounts started to grow at a normal pace within Twitter that you would think of as an account would grow. And then we ran into a wall. And both of our, so all these other people, that if I wanted to go out and get Twitter followers or attention on social media, what I have to do is I have to go along with the Candace cult. What I have to do is I have to be pro Thomas Massey. What I have to do is I have to say that Ian Carroll is some sort of a genius. Any of those things will get you millions of reposts on the internet because there is a network that's at work, and the network is a network of repeaters, much like your media are repeaters. And that's what we're here to report on. We're reporting to you a first-hand account of what happens to people that are trying to tell the truth. You can see these people are liars, and they get amplified. And you can see that we're trying to tell you the truth. Are we getting it right 100% of the time? Probably not. Are we getting it right more than everybody else? By a lot. By a lot. So the reality of us needing you is the same as you needing us. And this has been, I can't believe the journey. You know, you think about TV shows that were on television when we were young. You know, if the TV show went 4 seasons, it was considered a success. Yeah. So here we are. Season 8, this is what we're doing, trying to bring you the truth. We're already doing this about 5 or 6 years longer, or about 2 to 3 years longer than Bill Cooper made it.
Yeah.
And we're telling you the same message that Bill Cooper was taken out for telling people.
Yeah. And the minute we said the name Pay Sewer is when all hell broke loose, guys.
And we did it, and we stood and we did not let these suckers shame us. We didn't let them stop us from going to do our conference. We didn't let them stop us from broadcasting. We didn't let them stop us from taking away our censorship. We didn't let them stop us from taking away YouTube. We went to Red State Talk Radio and talked to the people that were there. Everybody came to there. We went to Telegram. Look at the way we moved around. Finally back to Twitter, then censored again on Twitter. Censored again on, I believe that Rumble is censoring us here.
I do too. Knee Deep in Truth said that he has to go to our page and there's nothing on it.
And yesterday people were saying, I go to why can't I type in MG Show and find your channel or your current live stream? Why is that? Why do people have glitching and freezing on this channel and it doesn't happen anywhere else? They tried to tell you that we were anti-Semitic. Well, it turns out there's a lot of anti-Semitic people there that are being given plenty of microphone space and nobody's taking it away from them.
Yeah.
Why did they take mine away for being anti-Semitic whenever the anti-Semitic people are out there being anti-Semitic, being amplified?
Squirrels and on 70 says, you guys are the ultimate whack-a-moles.
We are are we the mole or are we the hammer?
No, the whack-a-moles for the psyops. We whack a psyop. How's that?
Gotcha. I like it.
I like it. So let's go back. Guys, I'm sorry. And I really do not like it. Okay. I don't, but it means so much to keep this going. You know, again, we got an extra 2 hours a week with Shady doing extra work on the Q Lounge Live, bringing you an amazing show. And if you haven't seen, there's 2 episodes so far. You have to go back and watch.
3.
And 3. Oh my God. I fell asleep during the 3rd one. That's right. Dang it.
I know, but you're going to get to it.
You know what I need? I need some
you need some neutronics.
Man's edge, Shady Grove. I need a little bit of
I'm gonna have to call you like we taking your neutronics before. By the way, we've had a couple of interesting emails about the neutronics product that people out there are taking. Highly effective for a couple of chronic illnesses that people are noticing from taking the neutronic stuff already. And so that's a shameless plug for no reason other than just to let you know that people are seeing benefits from it.
Go to Neutronics, TRONICS, neutronics.labs.com/MG, and use the code MG to get 10% off as well, guys. And a free, so you'll get buy the Man's Edge with that code. You'll also get a free IGF Plus. Okay.
What a bargain.
What a bargain. All right, back to our President Donald Trump, who obviously is on Man's Edge. Here we go.
A lot.
Uh-oh.
Did she go back, I guess?
She didn't, and it was reported that
She did or didn't?
She did not. It was reported.
I did not tell her to not go back. I think she's a good person. She gave me the Nobel Prize, right? So how can I dislike her? She won the Nobel Prize. She said, the only one that should win it is Trump. I didn't know her at all. So she said Trump settled 8 wars, which is true. They were talking about it today. Azerbaijan. I mean, think of the wars I settled. 8. Wars that were going on for 30. Even if you look in the Congo versus Rwanda. I settled it. After 14 years and about 15 million people had their heads chopped off. I settled that one. I settled 8 wars. And when she won the Nobel Prize for Peace, she said, I can't believe I won it. The only one that should win it is Trump. Actually, they probably will do the wrong thing. It's very sad with Norway, but I would say I should have won that award more than...
Hey, guys, real quick, I saw another comment here. Miss Me, Audrey, says, I get late notifications from Rumble on episodes that have already aired, and some days I have difficulty even locating your live show. Remember to go to app.mg.show, guys, okay? Here it is right here. This is the app.mg.show, okay? We're live now. We've been 35 minutes remaining. It tells you right there what's going on. You can put this on your phone, Rumble, website, YouTube, My X, Shannon's X, My Truth, Shannon's Truth Social, Telegram channel, the shorts on Telegram. Join the Telegram chat, Spotify, Substack, headlines in the news. We've got an AI where you can ask us. Here's the aggregator. People ask, where's the Q aggregator? Here it is. We developed that. You can contact us. You can see our music playlist on Suno, or you can go to YouTube. You can get the app, install on your home screen, stay updated, merch, things of holding right here. Use code MG Show for 10% off. And this app right here, it tells you, it counts down. And on Tuesdays, it counts down for the Q Lounge Live. How amazing is that, guys?
It's pretty. What's amazing is the idea that we're part of the Rumble Premium, the Rumble Premium group over here on Rumble. People can't find our show. That's what's amazing.
That's amazing, isn't it?
It's amazing, man, how that works out. It's like probably the only one on the internet.
Back to President Trump. Thank you, Rumble.
And anybody that ever received the Nobel Peace Prize. Because nobody settled wars. I settled 8 of them because of a certain type of personality I was able to settle. Think of it, India and Pakistan. You know, because you covered it, that war was raging. They were a week into it, 11 planes were shot down, and that war was going to go nuclear. The Prime Minister of Pakistan said President Trump saved from 30 to 50 million lives. Well, guess what? It could have been a lot more than that.
Because Democrats should be able to pick a replacement.
A story that hasn't gotten a lot of attention. Starting on July 1st, Medicare is now covering GLP-1 drugs for weight loss only. It's the first time it's ever happened. It happened under your leadership.
Yeah.
How big of a deal is that for people?
Well, because of favored nations, the drug prices have come down tremendously. And also, if you look at Trump RX, it's been unbelievable, the price cuts. But take a look at what we've done in terms of favored nations. We paid the highest drug price in the entire world, and now we pay the lowest drug price in the entire world. And that means 400, 500, 600% difference. Think of it. The press doesn't want to write about it. And to get that, I had to get the drug companies to do it, and they were good. But they were good because they knew that I couldn't get the countries to do it. You had to get both. And I called the countries. I said, if you don't do it, I'm going to put a very big tariff on you that's more money. And every country agreed to it. So we went from the highest drug prices in the world, like in New York, a pill would cost $130, and in London it costs $10. So now it costs $20 and $20, because the world is a bigger place, so it's not really split 50-50. So we got it down, and it's a great question, because that should have a huge impact on healthcare, because prescription drugs is a big price, but prescription drugs have come down 400 to 500 to 600% under Trump. And that alone should win us the midterms. And the Democrats will terminate it and try and blame somebody else like us did, as I call it, the Democrats. Democrat. You know what a Democrat?
Speaking of Democrats, do you think that the Democrats should be able to pick a replacement for Graham Plattner? He's had all these new allegations that have come out. Now Democrats are talking about picking a replacement for him. Should they be able to do that?
They're picking what?
A replacement for Graham Plattner if he steps out of the race.
So he won the primary, right?
And now there's these new allegations.
It's very hard for them to do. And it's really a question of whether or not you believe the woman. A lot of people say big falsehoods. It's he's in a bind. He's in a bind. But should they be able to do it? Well, I guess he's going to lose. I would imagine he's going to lose. It's very interesting when a Republican woman came out with the same charge, nobody believed her. When this woman came out, everybody believed her, right, Doug? Did you get any pictures of it, Doug? You don't want it. They wouldn't sell, Doug. So, any other questions?
Yes, sir. A new Federal Reserve working paper came out, and it suggested that the illegal migration surge under Joe Biden caused housing costs to spike 30%. What is the lesson to be learned in that?
What's happening is housing costs are going down and rental costs are going down because we're getting so many illegals out of the country. But Joe Biden raised the cost of housing by 40 and 50%. The cost of rental, because they were housing illegal aliens in all of those empty units, and now they're coming down because we're removing people that are here illegally, criminals from the Congo, from Venezuela. We love Venezuela, but Maduro emptied out his jails. They opened up their jails, they let them in, but many countries did that. 25 million people, and I think we're getting most of the bad ones out, and we start the process, but we've done very well on that. But it was a tremendous increase in housing costs. By allowing you don't even think of that. And you know who paid for it? The federal government. So the federal government is renting at tremendous prices all of these houses to service illegal immigrants, but they're not taking care of our soldiers. They didn't take care of our soldiers. So it's a sad thing. Enjoy the flight. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, sir.
It was number 5 or 6 or 7 today. And every question is a kill. But then we have Daniel and some very good reporters. You're a great reporter, Brian. Thank you. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, President Trump. That's what we do. We watch the president, and we got so much out of that where we stopped, many times just to talk about what President Trump is talking about and bringing you what people are not seeing, the controlled demolition of the old guard through the war optics, but the reality of the system that's being built underneath it. You are witnessing the destruction of the old guard. This is Trump's strategic Iran operation. The Hawks get their war show, right? And America gets the wins.
It's an amazing moment to watch the dynamic that is on both sides, because neither side can say what exactly is going on. We can't say that we're exactly taking down a deeply rooted New World Order that's established a ancient king bloodline and trying to take us over utilizing communism. We can't exactly say that. They can't say that they're doing that and we're doing something to screw it up, to defend it. So they have to make up things about Donald Trump. They have to make up narratives. They have to make up scenarios. They have to take what he says and make it sound like that he said something else to confuse you and distract you. Now we have the layer of the alt media, quote unquote, the Flinfowars layer, that are doing the exact same thing. There's no difference in what they're doing. They're pretending like they believe things are true. They're pretending like that there's evidence. They're pretending like that everybody that's not riding a short bus agrees with us. That is the fake popularity optic illusion that we have been living with our whole lives, that they're now trying to implement to the conspiracy community. And now, Jeff, the things that Donald Trump says are the narrative, not the things that the media are saying about Donald Trump.
Yeah. And
how'd that come?
It's so crazy, bro. The whole thing is insane, Shady.
You're trying to make sense of it, and whenever you try to make sense of it, what it turns into is just a twisted pretzel knot of nothing. There's nothing there. The only thing that's there is a bunch of word salad weaved together so that you just listen to it, and to your head, it sounds like these people are rational. But whenever you go to look of whether or not there's any evidence, whenever you go look, say, is there evidence that Tyler Robinson was there with a rifle on the day? Yes, there is. Is there evidence that a microphone exploded? No, there isn't. Is there evidence that someone else took the shot at the exact moment that Tyler pretended to take the shot? No, there isn't. Is there evidence of someone else doing it? No, there isn't. Is there evidence of another weapon being used? No, there isn't. There's no evidence of these things. So that's not a narrative because there's no evidence that shows it's not true.
Right. So I want to, continue the theme, Shady Groove, that everything is connected. Okay. I want to just walk you through some of this before we get into J.D. Vance, Shady, but there's 55 posts with connected, and you're going to start to see a pattern here, right? Because we notice patterns, right? There's a song that was written about that by Scottish Shannon. 55 posts with connected. Who is Huma connected to? Okay, what organization? Okay, so what's her family history? Well, they're Muslim, right? Communists, right? Queen of England, how long in power? Why now? Connection. Well, secret society, evil, Germany, Merkel, migrants. Why are migrants important? Assets. Why are migrants so important? What are assets? Why are migrants so important? Operations, Satan. Who follows? What political leaders openly worship Satan, guys? Who is she connected to? Okay, spirit cooking. What does that do? All this. So here's more. More connected. How is Alaweed and HRC connected? How is Alaweed and Bush Jr. Sr. connected? 9/11? Wow. Halliburton? How is this connected to Saudi Arabia? How is this connected to Alaweed? How is this connected to Las Vegas? Shady, it's all connected. Who in SA is connected specifically to the Bin Laden family? What did they deliver? To who and why? What does money buy? Are any connected to the Podesta group? Yes. Why is that relevant now? Why was HRC connected? Yes. It's all connected. You got this right here. All posts are connected. The graphics are key. And as we get more news, we're starting to see that everything is connected. Okay. What can be connected? Future proofs past. What just came out regarding the Lord's Prayer? What can be connected? Do you believe in coincidences? Re-review the map post relevant news drops. Shall we play a game? Spiders, build the web, the map. Remember, they consider you to be a fly, specifically the feeder. Remember, they never thought she was going to lose. Therefore, they never thought investigations and or public interest into their criminal acts would be exposed or investigated. Therefore, they never thought they had anything to fear. Therefore, they openly showcased their symbolism. Therefore, they were sloppy. Hussein's last speech in Chicago regarding scandal-free, why did he continue to emphasize that phrase? As a backup, they infiltrated and controlled the narrative from the MSM. As a backup, they installed only those on the team. As a backup, they censored us. As a backup, they define conspiracy as crazily, mentally unstable and label anything true as such. This works given most of what they engage is in pure evil and simply unbelievable. It's hard to swallow. The fix has always been in, no matter which party won the election, JFK killed, Reagan shot. The fix has always been in, guys. This was always the promise made to those people who played the game willingly or otherwise. They would never lose power. The power of three-letter agencies, power over the U.S. military, worldwide dominance to push against other nations and install like kind. These people are really stupid. Follow the husbands. Another hint. Ian Cameron, McKinsey & Company, Clowns in America, Dr. Emmett J. Rice, Federal Reserve. Everyone is connected. How about a nice game of chess? Okay. Again, there's that post again. Here's another one, Shady Grove. This was taken by, this is in North Korea, underneath that thing that we blew up right here. Just imagine. Correct. North Korea, right? James Bond.
This was their uranium that was split off from Iran's uranium that ended up in North Korea inside the mountain that we made go boom.
And allegedly, John McCain took that picture. Okay. Shuttle program, right? Nuke missile tech, SpaceX, NASA Tech 2, HRC, SAP's private server, connected, money in the pockets, eye of Ra, left eye marker, symbolism, evil, stupid, justice. Again, same post there. But these are all this is right here. Understand one simple fact. The U.S. is connected to the rest of the world. Knowing that, understand by default, if certain intel is released, it would cause a worldwide mass suffering. We share the idea of open source, but value life and must take decisions based on decisions on outcomes and containability. Everything is connected, guys. Do not read into the spelling. Okay. Heavy lag attack ongoing. Toxic to those connected. Look at this. We have it all. It's all connected. So what I'm trying to tell you is the fraud that JD Vance and they're whining and bitching about is connected to this too, Shady Groove.
Yes.
All connected to the communist socialist movement that want to kill and they hate your country, Shady Groove.
NGOs are created and supplied with finances so that they can implement communism, full stop. Yeah. That's it. The NGOs are the tool by which they deliver communism. The Antifa and the BLM are the people that the enforcement army that Obama talked about. We're going to implement communism, and then we're going to attack anybody that tries to resist it from within. We're going to defund your police and then try to take away your weapons so that you are vulnerable to the criminal element. Therefore, the criminal element says that you need to stay in your house. You will stay in your house. If the criminal element says you need to pay them to pass by on the street so they can be safe, then you will pay the criminal element to pass by on the street to be safe. Uprooting law and order and re-implementing the order of kings is exactly what these people are doing. They're using communism to do it. They're using NGOs and a foreign interest to supply it with money that's coming from our own damn pockets.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all connected. All of this whole operation is connected, including
fraud
Iran,
is funding communism.
North Korea. It's all connected, Shady. And the people are connected. We've connected them.
All the people that are currently attacking the president, that are currently attacking TPUSA, that are currently standing up for the InfoWars people, all those people are the people that attacked us first. They went after us first. It's the same people.
Yeah, it's the same people. Philly Bud Mama, $20 Rumble Rant, keeping MG Show on the air.
Yes, you are.
Thank you so much. All right, let's go to this. It's a little bit long, Shitty. I don't know if we have a lot of time, but let's get into it. This is J.D. Vance's speech in Wisconsin yesterday. Let's check it out on fraud. It's all connected. Come on. There we go. Come on! Now, what's interesting is this picture. I'll show you the picture later, but there is a picture here. And for whatever reason, the lighting didn't catch it.
They blocked it. They blurred it out, it almost seemed like.
Yeah.
Because there we go. So we had an event earlier today. Please take a seat. Take a seat. We had an event earlier today at the Pfister Hotel in downtown Milwaukee. Beautiful place.
By the way, the Pfister Hotel, Shady Grove, is Pfister. Guess what my mom's last name and my stepdad's last name is?
Pfister.
Wow.
But I gotta be honest, I had a little bit of PTSD because the last time that I was in that hotel was the 2024 RNC convention. And if y'all remember, I flew to Milwaukee the Monday morning that the RNC convention starts, and I get there and I have no idea if I'm the VP nominee or not. So I get to my hotel, which is not the Pfister, it's at the other hotel for the RNC convention, and I get a phone call. Actually, it was a text message from Susie Wiles, who was the campaign manager in 2024, and the text message says, JD, you just missed a very important phone call. I'm like, oh no. So I call the President of the United States and I say, sir, I hear I missed an important phone call. And he said, JD, you did miss a very important phone call, and now I'm going to have to pick somebody else. And my entire body clenches up. I'm like, is this real? And then at the same time, my 7-year-old, who's now 9, but at the time, my 7-year-old boy is talking to me about Pokemon cards. So I'm trying to talk to the President of the United States about becoming the vice presidential nominee. And meanwhile, my 7-year-old is talking to me about Charmander cards, and I have no idea what's going on. But so walking through the Pfister Hotel, I've got this moment of remembrance of the moment where I almost missed the president's phone call. But here I am. It worked out. I'm the Vice President of the United States, thanks to you. So we're here to talk about fraud. We're here to talk about protecting your taxpayer money. And most importantly, we're here to talk about protecting the programs that exist, that are funded by the generosity of the people in this room and that ought go to the people they're meant for and not to make fraudsters rich. It's a very, very simple principle. Now, there are a lot of people that I have to thank and make this work possible. And first of all, I've got to thank our great CMS administrator, Dr. Oz. Where is Dr. Oz at? He might be backstage, but Dr. Oz and our team at the Fraud Task Force, Kim Brandt and Scott Brady. Kim and Scott, please give a round of applause to these guys. They have protected more of your money than anybody. Now, we could not have done what we did were it not for the support of our incredible congressional allies. We're going to talk a little bit about the fact that we've saved you all billions and billions of dollars that was going to fraudsters. That's money in your pocket, which is exactly where it belongs. But we couldn't do that without a couple of great congressional representatives, and in particular, I've got to give a shout out to Representative Brian Stile. Where's Brian Stile? Please stand up, man. He has been a phenomenal champion for the state of Wisconsin. He has taken the fraud issue more seriously than anybody. So, Brian, thank you so much for what you're doing. I've also got to give a shout out to our great representative, Derek Van Orden. Derek, please stand up. Thank you for everything that you're doing. And I got to say, it would be so nice to have a governor in this incredible state, one of the most beautiful states in the union, especially this time of year. I love Wisconsin, or as you guys say, Wisconsin. Love Wisconsin, but we have got to have a governor who takes fraud as seriously as the President of the United States, who's trying to save your money as much as we are in Washington, and that's Tom Tiffany. Tom Tiffany is who we got to elect the next governor.
So now, just think about it. Trump was the rapist, all this stupid crap. Look at this. Why can't people talk about protecting your taxpayer dollars no matter what party you're in?
Because they don't even know it's happening.
Exactly.
They have no idea it's happening. The media doesn't report on it. They have no interest in it. The media wants to cover up fraud, not expose it.
Yeah. Wow. Crazy.
Katie's a problem in that arena.
Yep.
And I also want to give a shout out to Representative Glenn Grothman. Where's Glenn at? Glenn, thank you for everything that you're doing. God bless you. And then Representative Tony Weed. Where is Tony at? Tony, thank you so much, man. So proud of you. And of course, he's a little far away from home, but our representative, or not yet a representative, runner up for North. Look, this, stand up. Good-looking guy, young guy, is going to make the next great congressman. So here's the crazy thing. Ladies and gentlemen, we don't have two parties that disagree about tax policy or regulatory policy. We have got a party that is fighting for fraud and a party that is fighting against fraud. And I don't know about you, but how about we give more authority, more power, and more influence to the party that is trying to save your money and send the fraudsters to prison? That's all we're trying to do. Now, let me talk about a few of the things that we've been accomplishing here. So the very day after the State of the Union address, where the president makes me the leader of the anti-fraud task force, what we do is we go about the business of stopping these companies that are set up to provide durable medical equipment. You know, this is hospital beds, oxygen tanks, things like that, things that the American people need, and the Medicare program exists to ensure that our seniors have access to. Now, what happens, though, is that there are people setting up these programs, setting up companies that sell durable medical equipment, and they're not selling a single product, but they are billing for lots of product. Billions and billions of dollars was being billed to you, was being billed to the program that exists to ensure that our seniors have health care. And you know what that means. Number one, the fraudsters were getting rich. But number two, our seniors who desperately needed those resources, who needed the hospital beds and the oxygen tanks, they weren't getting them because the fraudsters were getting rich off the generosity of the American taxpayer. So you know what we did? We came in and we said, we are not not sanctioning a single one of these companies to defraud the American people. If you say that you're going to provide medical equipment to our seniors, we're going to confirm that you're actually delivering product before we pay a single one of those bills, and we save billions of dollars. And you know what happened is we had great support from Brian Stile and Derek Van Orden and all of the other great congressional representatives to keep that money out of the hands of fraudsters to ensure that it went to the seniors who needed it. And you know what happened? Not a single congressional Democrat stood up and said, we are going to fight back against fraud. And that's the problem with modern congressional Democrats. You know, I was raised by blue-collar Democrats. They were Christian, patriotic people, union steel workers who loved the United States of America. But my mama and papa, the people who raised me, they supported Democrats because they felt like the Democrats of 20, 30, 40 years ago had better policy. Now, you may agree or disagree with that, but today, this is not about better or worse policy. This is about who is supporting the fraudsters and who's supporting you. And I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that if Mama and Papa were alive today, they would not recognize the modern Democratic Party in 2026. They would not recognize a party that tries to send your money to illegal aliens instead of our hardworking seniors who earned those benefits and ought to have access to them. They would not recognize a party that raises your taxes so that we can give more money to the fraudsters, and they would not recognize a party that rewards the fraudsters rather than sending them to prison. So I ask you a very simple question. When you come to vote in November, are you going to vote for the pro-fraud party? Are you going to vote for the party who is sending your tax money to the fraudsters? No, we're going to support the party that is sending the fraudsters to jail and is protecting your money. We're going to vote for Derek Van Orden and for Brian Stile. Now, I want to talk about another fraud crackdown, and this is almost hard to believe. But, you know, we have a program called the H-1B visa program. And this goes to show how broad-based the fraud task force is we're fighting for your taxpayer money, but we're also making sure that fraudsters don't take advantage of these visa programs. Now, why does this program exist? This is a visa program that was set up to ensure that if you are a brilliant technology person or a brilliant scientist or a brilliant doctor, you could come to the United States and get access to this visa program. But you know what's happening way too much? Is that big corporations and fraudsters overseas are using this program to undercut the wages of American workers. So you know what we're doing in the Trump administration? We're saying no more. If you are trying to take advantage of that visa program, you are not allowed in to the United States of America. Today, I'm proud to announce that the Federal Department of Labor has started dozens of subpoenas and investigations into foreign fraudsters who are trying to take advantage of the H-1B visa program. Here's a simple principle. Ladies and gentlemen, American jobs ought to go to American workers and not foreign fraudsters, and the Department of Labor is fighting back against it. Now here, I want to talk about something else here. To my right, to your left. This is a program, again, there is so much fraud, or there was so much fraud in the federal government, we're taking it off of the books. But so much fraud, I didn't even know this program existed. Okay, so what is allografts? These are the skin grafts that people get when they get a wound or they get a burn. A very, very important medical procedure, but a medical procedure that was being radically taken advantage of. So if you go back to 2019, 2020, 2021, you see less than $1 billion is paid for these skin grafts. Again, these are very important procedures for the people who need them. What happens under the Biden administration? All of a sudden, we go from less than $1 billion spent on these skin grafts to $15 billion in 2025. And actually, in 2026, the number was supposed to be $25 billion.
That's crazy.
Because we cut down on fraudulent payments and fraudulent billing, we saved you $25 billion. That number is now well below $1 billion today.
Wow, guys.
But because somebody hasn't been arrested and put in jail, I'm not going to support Trump. Isn't that insane? He just saved you $15 billion just in that.
And that's a minimum, because that's one procedure. So what you're seeing there is you're seeing a process by which any expensive procedure is being manipulated in these blue states like that.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen any arrests.
Oh man, you should go look at Kash Patel, the director of the FBI's page. There's tons of arrests happening. It's so awesome, guys. I love
113 spies yesterday.
Wow. So he's arresting intel agents now, huh? Bottom to top arrests.
Yeah,
wow.
Foreign, by the way, and it's very interesting because I've had this interesting conversation back and forth with Grok, and Grok was trying to tell me that, these are these people and these are those people. I'm like, well, why are you saying that these are people that were arrested then, whenever this announcement is coming out today and there's no indication whatsoever that those people are those people? But Grok wants to argue with me. What I think is happening, Jeff, is I think that we went and got some of these people by the short hair. That's what I like to say. We got them by the short hair around the world, and that's exactly right. Bottom to top. You take the numbnut, you go get him off the street, and then you start working the case towards the person that's actually paying the guy to be on the street.
That's right. And then we got some guy from lodge number 6969 asking about arrest from one particular person. That's why he doesn't like Trump. How stupid is that?
And they'll start screaming about Fauci and then freak out about Fauci.
Yeah. What's your lodge number?
Exactly. It's a great question. That stops the conversation right there 90% of the time.
That's right. All right. So back to JD, and we'll wrap it up real quick here. This is a little bit more, but there's a lot more on this, but I wanted to get to a certain part. Here we go.
That's a simple, good government action. And again, my friends, we want the people who deserve these treatments, who need these treatments, to have access to them. If we spend all your money giving these treatments to fraudsters instead of giving them to the people who need them, then those programs aren't going to exist anymore. And I just have this look, we're a generous country. I love that we're a generous country. My family sometimes benefited from these programs that ensured that poor children would have a bite to eat or would be able to see a doctor. I sometimes had a meal because the American people were generous enough to say that we're not going to let our young American kids go hungry because their parents can't afford a bite to eat. I think that's an amazing, amazing thing about our great country, is we're generous enough to lend a helping hand to our fellow citizens in need. But when your government allows, whether in the state or the federal level, when we allow that money that ought by rights go to feed poor children, but instead goes to fraudsters, we destroy the social fabric of the United States of America. So what I take very seriously as your vice president, what Derek Van Orden and Brian Stile take very seriously as your congressional representatives, and what Donald Trump takes seriously as the president of the United States, is this sacred promise that it exists between the government of the United States and its citizens. That when you pay your tax dollars, it goes to the people who need it, not to the fraudsters, which is why we're throwing those fraudsters in prison. It's exactly where they belong.
But nobody's arrested. Wait, something's wrong here, Shady. I must have something really weird going on, because he's just saying people are going to prison.
Yeah, no, it doesn't really make any sense how there could be no one arrested and people going to prison. Like what? Like how are they getting there? Are they maybe Jeff, maybe they are just volunteering. They're jumping in their cars. They're like, I don't really want to do my fraud today. Yeah, I think I'll just take a little journey down to the sheriff's department and maybe take a nap.
Exactly right. Oh my gosh. So we're going to kind of leave it there. I want to just real quick, the other poster there, I want to get to that real quick, Shady Groove. Basically in that poster is this right here.
The racism, you mean?
This is in the poster. This is the people that are defrauding Wisconsin, Shady.
This is the people that are taking money for medical processes and buying Louis Vuitton bags.
Right there. There's a Louis Vuitton.
And there's people that aren't getting their insurance to cover them because of the fraud in the system, and that jackass able to run around with a $3,000 handbag.
Wow. Pocketbook.
Pocketbook.
I did me a pocketbook. You gotta say it like a New Yorker. They don't say pocketbook. They say pocketbook. I've always loved that. All right, guys, we're done, Shady Grove. We're done for today. It's Thursday. It's 2:03. Please help us, guys. And I wanted to thank Bronwyn. Thank you so much. Cash App. Thank you. $3 on the Cash App. Real MG Show on Cash App, Real MG Show on PayPal. We also got one on PayPal as well. Who was it? Oh my gosh, let me grab it real quick. I thought I had it right here. Sorry, guys.
Get the app.
Get the app, guys. Get the app. 2 recent activities. We got Sheila K. Thank you so much. $25 on PayPal. Real MG Show. So many ways to support us. We're only here because of you. And these influencers are a joke, Shady Groove.
They're an absolute joke, and their day is coming. You know why? Because there is discernible truth at the core of reality that these people don't want anyone to find. And right now, we're in a moment where a lot of people are finding out that they were freaking lied to in a disgusting, demented way. And they're now trying to like tuck their head down and move away from the insanity.
Knee Deep in Truth says, great show today, guys. Thank you so much, Brad. Love your brother. And influencers. Dan Scavino called out these influencers. I mean, yeah, go ahead.
He did it for us.
He did it for us.
Much love, guys. See you tomorrow.
God bless you all.
Smile for the camera, laugh with the skull, grinning like demons while pushing the bull. Blue check clowns in the digital cage, selling division on the world's biggest stage. Dan Scavino dropped the truth at 9:24. Influencer and the patriots roared, laughing emojis, dead eyes behind the grin. They're not here to help, they're here to put us in. Influencers, influencers, poison in the feed, laughing while America bleeds. Skull and bones, they want us divided. Stay strong, stay together, we won't be guided. Influencers, fake as a bright bar, link from the past, trying to deceive the enders, but the mask won't last. We see through the apple stock, the time in the game. MAGA rise and watch the MG show instead of their flame. Whoa, 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 instead of their flame. Whoa, whoa, yeah. From ancient drops in 2018 to Scavino's post in 2026, same machine. They tried to split us, AJ and associate style, logical thinking, nah, just another trial. Reconcile the timestamps, the YouTube live spread to the livelihood. When truth multiplies, they want you divided. Tucker said it clear, division keeps them in power. Crystal, my dear. Influencers, influencers, poison in the feed, laughing while America bleeds. Skull and bones, they want us divided. Stay strong, stay together, we won't be guided. Influencers, fake as a bright bar, link from the past, trying to deceive the annals, but the math won't last. We see through the apple stock, the time in the game. MAGA rise and watch the MG show instead of their flame.
Thank you, C. Stave. I did not see you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
CNN, real news, not the script. They corrupt good orgs, but we're equipped. No more falling for the emoji trap. Patriots united, tune in to the MG show. No cap, no cap. From the White House drop, no cap. To the old Q drop, no cap. We know the playbook, we're never gonna stop. Influencers, influencers, your time is done. Time is done. America first under Trump, we've already won. We've already won. Laugh with your skull, cry with your tears. We're building the wall, facing down your fears. Influencers, that emoji crew, MAGA strong, red wave coming through. Stay together, patriots, WWG1WL. Watch the MG show. Stay together, patriots, WWG1WL. Watch the MG show. Watch the MG show. While we make America great again. Trump's back in the White House. The deep state's in panic. These digital clowns, just another has-been ditch the fake influencers, skip the controlled feed. Tune into the MG show where real patriots lead. Keep laughing, influencers, we're the ones who roar. Real Americans rising forevermore. America first, Trump's agenda moving forward. Watch the MG show for the unfiltered truth.
Whoa.
Oh, instead of their flame. Whoa. Watch the MG show.
www.mg.show. Boom.